Believe in Bigfoot? Dogman? Any cryptid? Are you skeptical?
Curious about the supernatural, conspiracy theories, the unknown? Then come join us as we explore facts, tall tales, and encounters on Creatures and Curiosities.
Hello and welcome to Creatures and Curiosities. I'm David.
And I'm Jake.
And in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about, this guy is really creepy. I say guy, it's actually kind of technically a female.
Yeah.
But it's called the Qalupalik. And it is a, for lack of a better term, like a sea creature that does the same basic thing that other horrifying things like Krampus and some of the witches and stuff that we've talked about in previous episodes where they come in and steal children or they eat them or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is right along the same lines. It likes to grab kids. That's the bottom line.
It should work in Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. It's its sole purpose.
Or for the federal government, kids. One of the two.
Exactly. So, but before we jump into it, how was your week?
It was good. I mean, today was the best part of the week because we got to go out and do some fishing.
Yeah, we did
grill up some dogs
this morning. Yeah, and your son caught a little bass.
And he was talking about it the whole ride home.
I bet he was.
And he should talk about it the whole ride home because that's what you do when you catch fish.
Because fishing is one of the greatest things you can do.
Yep.
Especially, with your kids.
And that's the thing and it's funny because I do this every time, I take my pole out and, he's got his and I end up just leaving mine to the side.
You don't get to
and
fish.
Helping him the whole, which it doesn't matter.
No.
I don't even care.
No, it's just about, realistically, it's about being out there with your family, enjoying the day.
Yeah.
And if you catch fish, then great.
It's a bonus. Yeah.
It's a bonus.
And then
it's a lot of fun because kids get so excited when they get one.
Yep. And it makes you excited.
Oh, yeah.
And I was teaching him, on the ride home, I was telling him, if somebody asks you how fishing went with how he caught his, you tell him, well, I caught one. And then I had another one on, but I didn't land it.
Yeah,
I got teaching him out, and
exactly because he actually caught two.
He did technically catch two.
Didn't land one of them.
Yep. And so he was
and that's a catch in my book.
It's a catch, and that's what I told him. I was like, you still technically caught it.
Yeah,
you just didn't land it.
Right.
And
we got to see it.
Yeah,
because you got it close enough.
And it was another little bass too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's always fun. And then of course grilling up some hot dogs and just spend the time together.
Which we also talked about.
Can't beat that.
Hot dogs might be the greatest food ever.
I'm going to say that it's up there in the top 3 greatest things that have ever been invented.
And then we went in to talk about, because you could just you don't need anything.
No.
You could just have a bun and a dog.
It's a non-utensil kind of a dinner too, right? Use your hands, pick it up.
You don't even need a plate really,
no.
Unless you got like a chili dog.
But even then, I'll pick it up with my hands.
Yep.
I'll be just a nasty mess.
Yeah.
And I need 50,000 napkins. But a hot dog is the perfect vehicle for everything.
Kraut.
Slaw dogs. Back in the South, I love slaw dogs.
Hot dog with that nice, cold, crispy.
Creamy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I love that. Coleslaw on it.
Chili dogs.
Bacon wrap dogs. The Mexican dog where they bacon wrap them, and then you get jalapeno and pico de gallo on it.
You get some of that Mexican street corn on there too.
Oh,
just like what's the place we went to in Tennessee? Daddy's Dogs. Is it Daddy's Dogs?
Yeah, Daddy's Dogs. That's a great.
That's one of the greatest places
ever. If you're
ever
in Nashville, you got to go to Daddy's Dogs, and make sure you get the tots too.
Yep,
they have those extreme tots or whatever they call them there, where they're smothered in chili and jalapenos and
a little bit of ranch dressing. And all
it's so good. But I'm going to say that given the option between like going to Outback and getting a steak for dinner, or just going to a hot dog cart like in New York or Chicago, just going and getting an old-fashioned red hot, where they're slapping kraut and stuff on it.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
All day.
Every day.
Well, and I was thinking too.
Over a nice filet mignon, give me a hot dog.
And I was thinking too, when you go to like a barbecue, if they have burgers and dogs, I'm going for a dog first.
If you're the burger person, I don't know if you can be my friend.
I can't trust you.
Yeah, I can't trust you at all.
Yeah.
It's okay to have a burger.
Oh,
so don't get me wrong. I'm going to have like 3 hot dogs and a hamburger.
Yep.
Because you got to try the hamburger.
Yeah.
But if that's your preference and you don't choose a hot dog, yeah, we can't be friends.
Because the thing is too, is even if the guy sucks on the grill,
Yeah.
and he's turning the burgers into just charred little briquettes,
Yeah.
you can't mess up the
You
dog.
can't mess up a dog.
You would have to just literally leave it on there overnight and come back to,
And even then I'd eat it.
I would still eat it.
I'll tell you what, I actually was grilling hot dogs once and it rolled off and fell into the ashes
That's all right.
and it scalded it. And I pulled it out and dusted the charcoal off of it and I still ate it.
It probably had a
delicious.
better flavor to
Yeah.
it. It's nice smoky.
So yeah, that's how we're crazy about hot dogs.
Yeah.
So and if you can't tell, there's something wrong with you. But no, it was a good day. Now I've had a bad couple of weeks. Found out, I have family member and my best friend dealing with cancer and stuff, and it's not good.
Lots of prayers.
It's stressful.
Lots of prayers.
So yeah, a lot of prayers going out for the last couple of weeks, and will continue for however long.
Yep. Good prayers
I
and
need
quality
to.
family time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you can do in these times.
So aside from dealing with the stress of that, it's been pretty good.
That's why you got to
Can't-
throw in the fishing day.
Can't complain. Yeah, you got to have
Because
some downtime.
you got
So
to,
a little
because-
relaxation from.
Yeah, otherwise, it's just sadness,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's good sadness in the sense of it brings you closer together as a family.
Yep.
It's not really good sadness. I don't know a better way to word it, but
Yeah.
you bring, family gets closer together and you spend more time together and cherish the time that you have. And then you go out and grill up some dogs,
There you go.
catch some fish,
Do a little fishing.
get a little sunlight.
Exactly.
And we made it just in time because
Oh,
as people might hear throughout the podcast, we
Yeah.
got thunder and lightning going overhead.
so we've got some major storm action today,
yeah.
and the thunder's been cracking. So I'm probably not going to be able to edit any of that out of the podcast.
But you
'cause
know what?
as we're talking, you're going to hear some thunder probably.
It fits with this creepy guy.
Yeah.
A nice creepy
It is
podcast
perfect.
with the
Yeah,
thunder.
we should have
I
that
like
going
it.
anyway. in the
It should be a
background.
thing. A little
Yeah.
ambiance.
It's been pouring rain and thundering. So if you hear stuff in the background, that's what it is.
Yep.
And we'll apologize up front for that. And on a lighter note, and I haven't even gotten to show you yet, we got to hear from our friend Paul back in Alabama.
I didn't know.
He
Yeah.
texted me, and he's had a few issues that we won't go into because it's not right to talk
Right,
about it.
exactly.
And he confided in me. But prayers go out to Paul for some of the things that are going on. And we still hope that you and Chad go out and find that goat man.
That's right.
And when you do, you're going to be back on the show with us
Yeah.
to talk about your adventures. So he said he's still a devout listener. And
Good. It's good to hear.
yeah. And so shout out to Paul and Chad. We really appreciate you guys listening to our podcast. So, all right. So moving into the Qalupalik. The Qalupalik, also known as the Qalupalik, is a humanoid aquatic cryptid. Now, this thing, you've seen the pictures of her.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's
Or
horrifying.
the depictions. It is
Yeah.
a terrifying creature. It's basically a human-like form, but it has webbed hands, obviously, to swim. But the hands aren't really hands. They're more like claws with long fingernails so that they can grasp onto small children.
Yeah.
But basically, they have fins, and depending upon which story you listen to, those fins can come off like a dorsal fin. Some of them say that they have fins around the abdomen area. Some of them say they're on their arms. So dependent upon the story that you're going to hear, that is a little bit of a variance. But nonetheless, they have fins. They have this greenish, slimy, textured skin. And some people say that it is scale-like. Others say it's more like catfish, where it's like a leathery skin, green but slimy. Which, that's just kind of disgusting.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah,
when you think about
absolutely.
it. Kind of picture this thing. And it has long, greasy hair. And I think in some variations the hair is long flowing and beautiful. And so there's some other stories out there of why they kidnap kids and what it has to do with their hair, keeping their hair nice. But other people say, no, it's straggly, greasy. Kind of reminds me of like Tekka Tekka.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
exactly.
episode we did where she's got the long, scraggly hair as she's crawling across the
Yeah.
train tracks to come get you. The Qalupalik might have an unpleasant, sulfurous kind of an odor about them. And then clothing-wise, they're traditionally depicted wearing an amatolt. and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but basically what it boils down to is it's a big parka with a large pouch on the back. And it's mostly worn by women in the Inuit people.
Yeah.
And the pouch on the back, at least for the purpose of the Qalupalik, is used to carry away the stolen children.
Very Krampus-like.
Very Krampus-like.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I thought of is him using that wicker basket and stuff to take kids away. But it's used to take stolen children. And I believe, even in the Inuit culture, I believe the little pack on the back is similar to like a papoose, where it was used by the women to carry their children. So this creature just kind of emulates that.
Yeah.
Difference is
that's probably a way to trick him,
he's stealing
Yeah.
your child, throwing it in the back, and she takes off. It has 2 flippers, and one of them is able to emit a shrill sound or a real like ethereal hum that mimics the cry of a baby or the call of a mother. And that is used to either paralyze or entice children towards the icy edge.
These are just one of those small characteristics to me that kind of link other things together, which make me think that it's all part of, for lack of a better term, the same thing. How many things mimic cries, yells, women, calling out for help, calling you closer?
Specifically, I'm thinking of like Wampus Cat.
Wampus Cat was one of the first things that came to my mind, yeah.
And they lure you in. Well, when we did the whole Appalachian stories,
right,
everything out there seems to cry or scream or do something, make noises to lure you in to the forest and off the trail so that you're a goner.
Even if it's just saying help, help, help.
Yeah.
And then you go.
Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers,
calling you out into the backyard. And
then ripping you to pieces.
And then ripping you to pieces. Exactly.
Remember the one I sent you of that guy who's out on his back porch?
Yes.
And it sounds almost like him calling out to himself.
Yeah.
And then he's essentially like, I'm not okay. I'm going inside now.
See, he's smart.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. Yeah.
So horror movies, they go out there.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, why would you go out there?
You know nobody's supposed to be out there.
And it's not good.
No.
Whatever it is not good.
It just, to me, it's just more so showing that all these like evil things are tied together in some way because they know how to. Because how would these Inuit people who have never had contact with people in East Tennessee or something?
Yeah.
How would they have the same stories in the sense of the same way these things call out to people?
Yeah, and clearly they wouldn't.
It just doesn't make sense.
Communicate that.
To me, it just shows that these evil entities are smarter than we think, and they all use the same tactics.
I agree. They also have the ability to alter their appearance through a technique known as Qalupalik. They are said to use this magical technique to alter their appearance, turning into seals, whales, or other like marine animals to facilitate hunting or to evade detection on the ice. So if they come out because they see a kid, but they're not close enough to snatch, they're not on the edge.
They got to trick it.
So they'll turn into a little seal and start working their way over there. They grab the kid and they're gone.
Yeah.
So basically this thing is a shapeshifter.
It's a shapeshifter, yeah.
So, I mean, how many evil entities can shapeshift? Almost everything we've talked about.
Exactly.
It seems like.
Right. Whether it's shaping into something
or just turning into like transparency or whatever.
Exactly.
I mean, the mantis guy.
Right.
He disappears on you. The Yetis and all those
Bigfoot,
things.
all
they
that
say
stuff.
That they go translucent and they're gone.
Or they walk behind a tree never to be seen again, and the tree's, less than half of the size of them.
So there's something.
Yeah.
There's something to that too. So the Qalupalik is predominantly described in a feminine manner because when you talk about the long flowing hair, not necessarily the long nails, but I suppose you could make that jump that, it's got long fingernails.
The outfit.
The long flowing hair, the jacket or the parka that's typically only worn by women.
Right.
So they're making the jump that this thing is clearly a female. And in some lores, it can be a male, but most of them agree that it's a female creature
Yeah.
that likes to steal kids. Moving into its location, where are you going to find one of these? Well, first off, you don't want to find one.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's the bottom line, is you would not want to be snatched up by one of these. Now, there is no stories of it taking adults. It's only kids. So I think you're okay, but I still probably wouldn't want to come across one. Because what if it did snatch you and take you into the ocean?
Yeah.
You're dead.
You're done for.
You're done for.
Even if it just drags you out and you make it, you're probably going to get
hypothermia and die.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like whales when they grab these trainers by the legs and they bring them to the bottom of the tank, and they're having fun with them.
Yeah.
But, the people die because they
right.
can't breathe underwater. So it's known to live along the Arctic shorelines near ice flows. And they try and lure kids, of course, to the edge with their little humming and singing and whatever. And, it reminds me a lot of the techniques, not just Wampus Cat, but if you think about what other aquatic creatures use singing and stuff to lure people to their death. Mermaids and sirens.
Yep,
right?
exactly.
And so when you start thinking about, and then we've gotten into the mermaids and sirens as to what they could be.
Demons.
Yeah, you've got the Book of Enoch talked about how the women were punished and sent into the sea.
But when you were describing it with the hair and the fins and the skin and how it looked, that's all I could think of.
It's basically an Arctic evil mermaid.
Right.
That feeds on kids.
But can shapeshift.
But can shapeshift too.
Yeah.
Which
just lends more to it being a demonic entity.
Yes.
That's all.
I know. And I know. Our people out there are like, these guys.
Yeah, everyth's a demon.
Everything's
because
a demon.
it is.
But it has to be. What else does this?
Right.
Right. And yes, I will go out there and say that this one is straight up mythology.
Yeah.
There are no sightings of it. There are no accounts of it. There are no, other than made up stories. Nobody's ever seen this thing.
It's all campfire stories, right?
It's just all not in fun. There's a purpose for it, which we'll get into. But other things aren't.
Yeah, right.
Dogman, that's not just a story. Bigfoots are not just a story that you tell around a campfire. People see them all the time. Well, this one's never been seen. So somebody had a great imagination and came up with the description of it.
Yeah.
To explain to the kids what this thing looks like.
But it is weird that they almost pretty much nailed a mermaid in some aspect,
Right. And I believe that, I hate to go out there and have people think I'm insane, but I think the mermaids actually do exist.
Yeah.
I think that there's been a lot of evidence of it. In the world of AI, you can't tell anymore.
No,
There's too many videos of mermaids washing up or coming up near a pier and talking.
You'll see
to
like
people.
a pack of them on the shoreline. And
And I know all that's AI. It's all a bunch of crap. But if you go back in history, is what I'm talking about, where sea captains and stuff would log in their journals these mermaids and sirens and stuff, that were luring men. And the guys would jump off the boats to their death. And it was all like literal history.
Right.
And so I think they do exist. And I believe that they are demonic entities. So this could be, but for the purposes of this podcast right now, there's no evidence that it actually exists. So we're just going to go with the origin story, the mythology, why it happened, and et cetera, right? So getting into the origin of the Qalupalik, the exact historical origin of the Qalupalik legend is unknown because it began just as part of an ancient oral storytelling tradition that was passed down through generations of Inuit elders long before any written history. But the earliest written recording of this legend was in 1888 by an anthropologist by the name of Franz Boas. And during his field work on Baffin Island, he recorded the Inuit oral narratives of a child snatching sea creature. And I don't believe it was called a Qalupalik in his journal or his story that he wrote. But nonetheless, it was the same thing. And then it ended up with that name. So the Inuit where this whole story originated are an indigenous people that they actually inhabit the Arctic and subarctic regions of North America and Russia. So, anywhere where that water's nice and frigid cold.
Yeah.
And winters are brutal. The Inuit homeland spans this vast icy territory known as the Inuit Nunangat. Their populations are distributed primarily across 4 different regions. They're in Greenland, Canada, generally like in the Quebec and Labrador areas, the United States, which specifically Alaska, and Russia in the Chukotka Peninsula, which is only 35 miles off the coast of Alaska. So it's right there by the Bering Strait.
Yeah.
So that area, and we would typically call, and I don't even know if it's politically correct, so don't jump me, but we always called them Eskimos, right?
Yeah.
The native indigenous people to Alaska were Eskimos.
Right. Yep.
So I think the Inuit were also known as Eskimos. So when you picture documentaries on the Eskimos of Alaska, they're always wearing these parkas.
Yeah.
Right? The women, and they're always chewing on whale fat and stuff.
Yep.
And living in igloos and ice caves and things of that nature. So way back in the day, before they actually had physical structures and all these things, these little kids that they had would get close to the ice edge. So they had to make up a story.
How else do you keep them away?
And that's exactly it. And so that was kind of the whole origin of the Qalupalik, was these people had to come up with something.
There's still that part of me that can't help but think, and I don't know if it's because I want to think it or what, but they still got this story because there was somebody that saw it, even if it was a mermaid, and then they turned it into, if you don't knock it off, the mermaid's going to snatch you.
That thing is going to get you. Right.
And, and then that turned into this mythology, because it's just weird to me, or it's too coincidental, I should say, that the thing that they made up looks like a mermaid. It's too coincidental.
I tend to agree with you. I think that when people make stuff up, there's still some basis of how they made it up.
Maybe it doesn't wear a pack on its back.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not actually snatching children. Maybe it's not really shape-shifting, but that doesn't mean that it's not out there.
Right.
And maybe it is snatching children.
And then
maybe it is luring them.
And then, you got to go there. Some tribesmen might have been smoking peyote or something and saw a walrus, come up out of the water and slide across the ice and back down into the water. And then they said, there's a sea monster.
Yep, there it is.
Because he hallucinated.
Right.
But I still believe that what you're saying is accurate. There's still something that they based this story on that somebody saw.
Exactly.
And so was it a walrus and a drunk guy, or somebody that was high? Was it a mermaid? Was it a Qalupalik that is a green, slimy, long-haired sea monster with claws? I don't know. But not unlike every other culture where they've come up with, who comes up with Krampus? If you're not good, this guy's going to come in and, either lash you to death basically in your bed, or he's going to take you to hell.
Yeah.
Why would you tell your kids that? I love it personally.
I'm a fan of it.
Remember the big black cat that comes in, the witch that she brings Yolakotrin with her.
Oh yeah.
And the cat breaks in and stares at you and then eats the kids.
Yeah.
And so everybody has. And there's the one, if you didn't spin your clothes and didn't buy
your chores and stuff.
Shoes,
you left dirty dishes out
and eviscerate you.
Yeah, you're done for.
Yeah, pull your guts out while you're alive. So it's no different,
right?
The Inuit people came up with this little story.
Yeah.
So the Qalupalik is actually said to lurk under the water in the Arctic regions, and it lives, of course, along the coastline. Now, one of the things that you have been ice fishing with me.
Oh, yeah.
The horrifying sound of ice cracking and the water slapping underneath the ice.
Yes, the first time you go, it's horrifying. When you don't know that it does that, I guess. Remember, I can't help but laugh about the very first time both of us went and we're dragging the gear out.
Yeah.
It starts making noise and we stop and look at each other and we're like,
yeah.
What the hell was that?
I thought the whole thing was
I thought we were done for it.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, and how loud it is too.
And then after that, you're just like, oh, that's how it goes.
Yep.
And you don't care about it at all.
It's just normal. Drill your hole and fish, and listen to that things slap and crack.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they heard those same things.
Yeah.
So what they came up with is that the Qalupalik is underneath the ice, tapping on the ice, which is a warning for you to get away. And so they run off the ice. Now, we didn't. Maybe that was a Qalupalik out there.
Who knows? Yeah.
We didn't, and we continued to fish. But in their mythology or their lore, if you hear that banging underneath, it's a Qalupalik under there trying to find a place to come up to snatch kids. They hunt those ice floes. They search for children that get too close to the water's edge. That is the straight up story. That's their only purpose. They're looking for kids. And one strategy that they use for hunting is to either emit that shrill, screamy, crying sound, or they hum, gently to draw these children closer to the water so they can bail out of the water, snatch them with their claws. And once that child takes the bait, it lunges from the sea, snatches the kid, places him in the pouch on the back of their parka, and then it submerges into the icy depths. And the child is never seen again.
Nope.
Period.
There it is. Stay away from the water's edge. I told you. And now you're dead
gone.
at the icy bottom of the sea.
Exactly.
Or in its belly,
and
which I'm sure it's
And that's
eating
just it, because accounts do vary as to what actually happens to those kids. Some versions will say that the child is simply eaten alive.
Yeah.
Sounds so peaceful and easy.
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
it's things gnawing on him while the kid's screaming underwater and taking its last breath with the icy water filling its lungs while they're, have their midsection chomped off.
Yep.
So it's not fun.
No, definitely not fun.
Others say that they're held in a stasis-like state, so almost like comatose, and they're used to fuel the youth of the Qalupalik. Now, I don't know how they do that, but...
That's just like the people in the government.
Yeah. Exactly.
Scaring children and then drinking their blood. That's
right.
pretty much what this thing's doing.
It's what it's doing. Probably drinks a little bit of
this
blood.
thing's probably a state senator, and we're calling it...
the Alaskan state senator.
And we're calling it some kind of underwater sea demon. It's just a guy in a suit.
So I think along with the whole fueling the youth thing, there's also a little legend out there that it takes these kids so that it can keep its hair beautiful.
Yeah.
So drinking the blood, probably, the proteins or something.
Yeah.
Probably. It's like biotin or something.
What do they call it? The adrenochrome. That's what they're doing. Kids terrified, and then it's getting the adrenaline-filled blood going through its system, keeping it young.
Monsters, Inc.
Yeah, exactly.
And then some tales claim that the Qalupalik raises them as their own. So the tale goes that they're lonely and they snatch kids so that they have somebody for company in their underwater cave. And then I've seen some things where it says then those kids adapt to the icy waters. They become a Qalupalik themselves. And that's how they continue. So these kids grow up, they become one, and they snatch kids because they're lonely, because they've grown up, left the one that snatched them, and now they need somebody to hang out with or to keep their hair nice or whatever the lore is.
Yeah.
So there's different variations of the story, but nonetheless, they pretty much all boil down to the same thing. You got this creepy thing, bails out of the water, snatches kids that are too close to the edge, and they're never seen again. Whether they're eaten, whether they're kidnapped for company purposes, or whether they turn into a Qalupalik themselves, that's all up for debate amongst the different storytellers. And then there is one famous little story, if you want to cover that.
Yeah. So there's tales of children willingly being given to the Qalupalik. And one famous story is about a grandmother and her grandson that are struggling without food. And the grandmother calls upon a Qalupalik to come and take him away, as she was not able to feed him and he would be better off.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane to think, but hey, when you're starving, I guess you're not in your right mind, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you're cold. Once the tribe was able to successfully hunt again, the grandmother regretted her actions and asked the hunters to try to rescue him. A young Inuit couple took it upon themselves to attempt to retrieve the child. They were able to track him down and found that he was tethered to a piece of seaweed by the Qalupalik so he could not escape her. And they were not able to retrieve him because the boy, under the creature's influence, warned it of approaching rescuers by singing. So he's got Stockholm syndrome, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, he kind of likes this thing, so he lets people know, or he lets it know, hey, there's somebody close by.
The Qalupalik would then drag him back under the waves whenever they got too close. They hid nearby all night long and cut him loose from the tether once the sun rose. This tale has different variations. Some versions have the grandmother giving the child to the Qalupalik as a punishment, or the boy becoming a great hunter after being rescued.
So the one I've seen the most is that the kid becomes this great hunter. It doesn't say if he's hunting Qalupaliks or if he's just, a normal hunter, but he does escape the grips of this sea monster. And so it's supposed to be like this happy ending.
Yeah.
There are other stories out there where it's not a happy ending.
Yeah.
People see their kids snatched and they never see them again. That's probably the story that's told most often. Now, this little story is a famous story that's probably spanned from, Eastern Russia all the way across to Quebec. And that story's been told amongst the Inuit people for forever. And I think it really just serves as this purpose to frighten children.
Yep.
Don't go near the water's edge. And it's not because there's a monster. Well, there could be.
It could be.
But it serves as a lesson to the kids that, the ice can crack. They can fall in. Once they fall in, they're hypothermic within minutes. I think even like the Titanic, didn't they say hypothermia began setting in within 10 minutes of being in the Atlantic?
It was quick, yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember how quick, but I remember it being quick.
And it doesn't mean you're dead, but when hypothermia starts, unless you're dragged out and warmed up, the inevitability is that you're going to die.
Yeah.
Your muscles are going to freeze up. Your lungs can't breathe anymore because, everything is kind of shutting down on you. Your organs start to fail. And most of the time, they just can't tread water anymore and they drown.
Yep.
But can you imagine the Arctic waters? I mean, you're not talking about the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean, which is still cold enough. Don't get me wrong. You're still going to die from hypothermia, probably in either. But in the Arctic waters, where the water's, I don't even know what the temperature of the water is in the Arctic, probably in the high 40s or something.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I would imagine.
It's got to be right there because everything else around it's frozen.
Yeah, you got ice floating and stuff. So that can't happen until it's 32 degrees. But I know the whole water is not that. But it's going to significantly bring your body temperature down pretty quick. And then if you're a child, it's even worse.
Yep.
Right? So there's less mass to a child. So less blood flow and whatnot. I mean, I don't even know how to scientifically state that, but it's pretty obvious. You throw a baby in, 48-degree water, they're not going to last as long as you or I.
Right.
So that was the lesson to these little kids is instead of just telling them, look, if you get too close to the edge and that ice breaks and you fall in the water, you could get hypothermic. Would Thea understand that?
No.
But if you tell her a monster is going to drag her under the water, she's probably never going to go near the edge.
Freak out and stay away from it. Yeah,
Which is exactly what they did. So they told these kids how horrifying it would be to be snatched up by a Qalupalik and taken away forever. And you're never going to see your parents again. You're never going to see your friends and you're going to die.
Yep.
Well, that kept most of those kids away from the edge.
Keeps you away from the water, yeah.
So many stories that the Qalupalik kind of go into the point that they can, in fact, be outsmarted. A lot of times they'll say that in their natural state, a Qalupalik is invulnerable. But some clever Inuit hunters found a way to bypass that. They would call out to it, kind of like that grandma did.
Yeah.
She called it onto the shore and turned her kid over to it. These hunters would call out to it, bring it up, and then ask it, hey, change shapes for us. And so the thing would turn into a seal or something. And then they'd spear it and kill it. And then they take the catch home and everybody's eating seal blubber.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, they're really eating a Qalupalik.
Yeah.
But when it changed, it wasn't able to change back into the monster. And that's how they determined they could defeat it. And so the bottom line is, the story was to terrify children, which you got to love it.
Yeah, and I do.
And every culture has something to terrify their kids. We have the boogeyman.
Yep.
Right? Well, we have plenty. I think that we've taken monsters from every culture and rolled it into something in the United States that will terrify our children. But I think going way back, it was the boogeyman. Boogeyman's going to get you.
Yep.
It's hiding in your closet. If
It's under your bed.
Don't go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's going to come out. We've tortured children for centuries, and the Inuit people were no different. So,
I love it.
So they came up with this story, and there it is. But I guess they also had to have a way to defeat it so that they sounded better, right? So when the kids go, well, Dad, if I stay away and that monster's still out there, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go kill it, And then they sound like John Wayne or something.
Yeah, exactly. Hero of the day.
Hero of the day. So anyway, that is the mythology. This is kind of a shorter podcast because there wasn't a whole lot on it. The origin is almost unknown.
Yep.
Goes back just too far. And the myth can vary from what happens to the kids. But the bottom line is it's a hideous sea creature, jumps up, snatches kids, takes them away.
There it is. And it's been just word of mouth passed down at the campfire for generations.
Constantly.
Yep.
And it's still alive and well today.
But again, not to beat a dead horse here, but I think there's something to it.
There is something to it. Many, many moons ago when it started,
someone saw it.
Somebody saw it, and it did exist.
Yeah.
And it probably still does. In the form of whatever, a mermaid.
A mermaid.
Could be just a seal that hopped up because it can transform.
It was a seal with mange that escaped the local circus, and kid just fell.
Yeah, it was the 400-pound otter or the elephant that was swimming underneath with its trunk out of the water. Yeah.
Escaped from the local zoo.
Got out of the zoo, found an axe, went to a bridge.
Yeah.
Whatever people come up with, all the stories that we relate are crazy, but there has to be a basis to it. And that's what we're sticking with. So mythology, reality, don't know which one it is, but I'm going to say
combo.
It's possible
that
it did exist or does exist. And maybe the people that came up with it are so scared of the story that they had to turn around and say, we just made it all up.
We're just kidding.
We're just kidding. Otherwise, it haunts your dreams and the kids never sleep and they all become psychotic and
they're keeping you up all night.
Psychiatric treatment. And it's too much. So moving into popularity, unfortunately, the Qalupalik has no festivals, no parades, no celebrations. Nobody cares about it.
You got to celebrate these things.
And that's wrong.
Got to horrify your children.
And
then force them to go to a parade and see people dressed up like it.
Exactly.
To give them nightmares.
Exactly. And if you don't do that, man, you've missed the boat.
You're messing up in life.
You truly are.
Go home, rethink your entire life, and then come back and talk to us.
Qalupalik lives on through storytelling, but it's not enough.
It's not.
I like your analogy there. If you're not dressed up like it, dancing through the street at some point, some festival, a winter festival when the snow starts, to drive that point home.
It's a little small statue outside of a gift shop.
Yeah.
There's nothing much.
You should be selling Qalupalik figurines and
T-shirts.
Yeah.
There should be a local cafe that has the special is called the Qalupalik.
Absolutely.
And you get like a big sea bass or something cooked up.
Well, I know in Greenland, because we were looking at going to Greenland, I know they eat seals and stuff there.
Yeah.
They have like a seal soup or something. And we were looking at different menu items, and they should have Qalupalik soup.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they have reindeer sausage and stuff in Alaska. You get cheese soup with reindeer sausage. Why not get Qalupalik soup?
Yeah. You get a turtle soup somewhere.
Yeah. Bird's nest soup and shark's fin, and there's all kinds of things. I want a Qalupalik soup.
Yeah.
Somebody make one and let me know where I can go get it. Anyway, as far as popularity goes, there's really no major Hollywood movies that feature anything about a Qalupalik, but there are a few short stories and indie films. One of them, in 2010, there's a little 6-minute animated short film about a Qalupalik, and it just tells the story of a disobedient boy dragged off by the Qalupalik, and his dad has to go on this kayak journey to go rescue him.
Yeah.
6 minutes long. It's worth the watch. It's cheesy and stupid.
Of course it is.
But at least somebody did something with a Qalupalik.
If he would have just listened,
yeah,
he would have got dragged away.
And the kid'd be fine.
Yeah.
But no, he couldn't. There's the little show in 2020. It's an indie short film called Orphan and the Qalupalik. And it follows an orphan who faces Qalupaliks while searching for a new home after saving kids at his camp. All these are cheesy little nothing stories. And I think the Qalupalik deserves its own show.
It deserves something great. Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that Hollywood hasn't done it just proves they're all baby eaters.
Yeah, because they don't want to shine light on it.
They don't want people to know. Exactly. In 2024, the most recent one is called a Qalupalik, which was its original name. And that was a horror short film that brings this creature into a vengeful force stalking a campground on Inuit land. Now that I would watch.
I like it. Yeah.
And again, it's a short nothing film. They need to make a real movie about it. I mean, if you can have Freddy and Jason and
there's like 20 of each of those.
Yeah, and Chupacabra and stuff. Why can't you have Qalupalik?
At least one. Even if it's B-rated. Come on.
Get Mel Gibson in here and get
it done.
Get it done. And I want Mark Wahlberg to star in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, that is literally all we've got on the Qalupalik. It was short and sweet this time, but nonetheless, it's a fun story to tell.
I like it, yeah.
Do you have anything else on Qalupalik?
No.
There was really
you know,
nothing other than the little story to
more
tell.
people need to terrify their children.
Yes. Yeah.
In a fun way. This is a fun way to do it.
It's a fun way to send your child to sleep with goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know we're sick. So if you'll join us in 2 weeks, we're going to talk about, it's an elusive animal. I believe it's out there.
Yeah.
Known as the jackalope.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people are going to go, oh, come on, you guys. That's not even a cryptid. Well, technically it is a cryptid.
Technically it is.
And we don't just do this show on just cryptids anyway. But
right.
I think the jackalope is out there. I think it's a mutant, more so than it is a true like cryptid. I don't think necessarily that it's a demonic until we get into, in the next 2 weeks, we'll find a reason to say it's a demonic rabbit.
This whole time, guys.
But I think it's out there.
I saw one mounted on the Texas Roadhouse wall last night.
Yeah, exactly. And I think some of them are real because I know that like female deer, they can grow antlers. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's an anomaly.
Yeah, yeah.
And
not in person, but online.
Yeah, it's like a hormonal imbalance or something. And they grow nubs, and boom, next thing you know, they got antlers, and you shoot it, and you're responsible for it.
Yep.
This actually happened in real life, and I don't want to have to get into the whole story, but I had a friend who shot one, and it was a doe. He got in trouble by fishing game because he didn't have a doe tag. He was only in a buck area.
You're like, what am I supposed to do,
It had
guy?
horns. Yeah, you're going to go up and
yeah, exactly.
look underneath it. You know, I mean, it's stupid, but I know it happens. And so why can't that happen to a rabbit? A rabbit can grow horns.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking with it.
It's out there.
And that jackalope exists. And we're going to tell you why in 2 weeks. So come back and join us.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed the show and you want to help us out, then go ahead and give us a follow, leave us a review, and don't forget to turn on the automatic download button so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. And as always, if you've had any experiences, stories, thoughts, comments, or questions, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to cryptidfanatic@gmail.com. Let us know if you'd like to be on the show or just have your story featured during one of our episodes.